Hello. In this week's Torah portion, Vaetchanan, the Torah is revealed on Mount Sinai, and God gives Moses 2 tablets of stone with the 10 commandments inscribed on them. In the Jewish tradition, the first of these commandments is, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. How is this statement a commandment? What exactly is being commanded here? This question has puzzled many commentators. Let's speculate on possible answers. It seems to command the belief that God exists. But Judaism does not mandate belief. The Rambam from 12th century Egypt believed it did, and so did the Ramban from 13th century Catalonia. But other luminaries disagree. In the Midrash we read, quote, "It is written in Jeremiah, they have forsaken me and have not kept my law." This means that God said, I wish they had forsaken me, but still kept my law, because by occupying themselves with it, the light which it contains would have led them back to the right path. This means perform the action commandments now and don't worry about belief. Belief will come later of its own accord. The number 1 commandment in the Rambam's list of 613 commandments, which is the list most often used, is to know that God exists. But there are other lists. The Talmud does not specify what the 613 commandments are, so no list can have any practical consequences. The list compiled by the Bahag in 8th century Babylonia, a Gaon, does not contain it. Others who did not accept belief as a commandment are Hasdai Crescas of 14th century Catalonia, the Tashbets, Isaac Abravanel, and Joseph Albo, all of 15th century Spain. The fact is that you can't make yourself believe. Some say I'm the Lord your God is not a commandment and must not be counted as such. If God had wanted it to be a commandment, he would have said, you must believe that I'm the Lord your God. Others see it as an implicit threat. You must do the following or there will be consequences. Here are possible explanations of the commandments. First, in order to follow commandments, you must first have faith in the authority behind these commandments, whence I am the Lord your God. Moreover, it does not really refer to faith or belief, emunah in Hebrew, but trust in a benevolent higher power that loves us and protects us and guides us. Faith is specific, trust is diffuse. Another view is that this is indeed an action commandment. You may believe what you want, but you may not say or preach out loud that there is no God. A stronger version is, you must say or preach that God does exist. These are actions, and you can control them. Then there is the literal interpretation. The full quote is, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt. This means, I am the same God who took you out of Egypt, and I am back to issue commandments. In other words, even if you still believe there are other gods, believe at least in this continuity. The Midrash adds, the situation can be compared to a princess who's been taken captive by robbers and was delivered by a king who later wished to marry her. She said, what dowry do you give me? He replied, I rescued you from the robbers. That is sufficient. Unquote. Rabbi Hanan Wasserman, a 20th century Lithuanian rabbi, said that the commandments is to work on ourselves to remove the obstacles that cause us to deny God's existence. In the Midrash, Rabbi Tobiah ben Yitzhak understands it as follows. I brought you out of the land of Egypt on the condition that you acknowledge me as your God. Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, the mystic, understands your God as follows. The Holy One, blessed be he, said to Israel, I am God over all of earth's creatures, yet I have associated my name only with you, for I am not called the God of idolaters, but the God of Israel. Unquote. Finally, any list of the 613 commandments is subjective to some extent. One could lump I am the Lord your God and you will have no other God before me, and make it the first commandment, with no idolatry being the second. Some Christians do that. The two are different. The first says, for example, that you must reject dualism, that there are two gods, one good and one evil, both invisible. The second says not to worship idols of wood and stone. In the end, whatever interpretation is chosen will not change the practice of Judaism, and that is what truly matters. Shabbat Shalom.